This is Travis Wayne Goodsell, and before I call it a night, I found a follow-up to the BYU campus police scandal. They've apparently decided to fight it rather than comply. And this is important because Mormons, I'm doing the contest, remember? If you can soundly argue to defend the church, I will stop criticizing the church. But you're not doing it, are you? You can't do it. And BYU is another perfect example. And I'll play it in the background for you. And I'll try to make it a link, but it's ABC4 Utah. ABC4 News Utah, I guess, is how it shows up, but it's ABC4 Utah, all one word, for their channel. And so when we get to it, I'll comment and pause the video to point out their false accusations in counter. So their unsound argument is basically what they're doing. So let's see, do I have the volume up? Yep. Okay.
An investigation 3 years in the making by the Utah Department of Public Safety into the Brigham Young University Police Department. The stunning development reported here in the ABC.
So it's the government's public safety department. So public safety sounds important. Yes. A woman who well, they'll explain it.
ABC4 News at 10. In late February of this year, a DPS notice of intent to decertify the university's police department. This stemming from a DPS investigation into misconduct by a BYU police lieutenant. The investigation finding the lieutenant illegally accessed private protected information from Provo Police, Orem Police, and the Utah County Sheriff's Office and delivered the info to the school's Honor Code office, where a student who had reported she'd been raped during a date was threatened with expulsion for violating the school's so-called Honor Code.
Notice, public safety was informed because a BYU student was raped. She didn't go to campus police. She has other videos where news coverage where she says that she can't trust them. That's why she went to the regular police. And the regular police did the investigation, and the public safety people said, okay, this is a concern. And when it was found out that she had been retaliated by BYU for honor code violations. And what was her honor code violation? She was raped. So that's the Mormon position. Remember, they're Republican. Like that other guy that I finally had to ban because he just wouldn't stop. And I had to delete MD's comments along with them. Mormons are not Democrats. Those who get chased out, who are isolated, neglected, etc., yeah, they're Democrats. Or unaffiliated, like me. But this is alt-right Republican Mormon territory here in Utah, especially down at BYU. They make BYU presidents prophets. So pay attention. You know, Bednar and Eyring first come to mind, and I think there are others. Yeah.
The DPS commissioner serving notice on the school that its failure or refusal to respond to subpoenas in that investigation would result in the decertification of its police department. And today, BYU firing back with a series of counter-accusations, including illegal...
Counter-accusations. Why would they do counter accusations? Why can't they work with public safety and say, hey, what's going on? Why are you doing this? Oh, are you sure? Are you sure that that's... No, instead, they're resistant. A woman is raped, they kick her out of the school. And they're defending their position. Remember this. This is Mormon culture.
Abuse of authority, unfair treatment.
Abuse of authority. Public safety, abusing their authority for finding crimes committed by BYU police. Abuse of their authority. Wow. Where have we heard that before? Oh yeah, Trump, before Barr came out with his interpretation of the Mueller report.
And even hostility against the university.
Hostility. Filing a complaint and taking away the hostility. Right. Yeah, I'm sure there was no hostility. They were projecting. See, this is what projecting is. Instead of arguing the specific instances of the claims of public safety, BYU chose instead to attack public safety. Not the claims. Public safety. That's what I keep trying to get over across to you Mormons who attack me rather than defending the church soundly. This is unsound argument against public safety. If public safety is making an accusation, BYU has to say, no, that accusation is incorrect. Our officer followed the proper procedure. But he didn't, did he? They spent 3 years investigating this. They know what they were doing when they finally acted. And BYU instead decides to attack unsoundly to defend their illegal position. Illegal. They've committed crimes, and they're trying to defend themselves against the crimes. But there's more.
The letter directed to DPS Commissioner Jess Anderson begins with a bombshell. In the introduction, BYU contends the commissioner's unprecedented action puts at risk the safety and well-being of BYU students, employees, and visitors.
Puts at risk the comprehensive oversight of campus safety and well-being of BYU students, employees, and visitors. Do you know what they're talking about there? If you decommission our police, we don't have police. No duh. That's public safety's argument, is that the police are causing illegal harm, thus a public safety problem. That's why public safety is involved. And BYU says, if you take our police away, we won't have police. This shouldn't win. This shouldn't. But if BYU can go to the right judge, they'll win. And that's the sad part here in Utah. Just like Trump, if he can get the right AG, he's safe. Oh man. Unsound argument, guys. Because when you have unsound argument and you're in the losing position, you have no choice but to commit more crimes and violations of the Constitution. It's putting more people at risk. Public safety risk. This is hilarious, but sad at the same time, because this is the culture of Mormons. This is what's inbred from birth. And only a few of us lucky ones can say, no, Mom, you're wrong. No. But the majority, the rest of my siblings, they conformed. They gave in and submitted. But not me. So I'm the rebel. I'm the black sheep. And so, yeah, this is Mormon culture. And see, Mormons, they look at this and they go, hey, leave BYU alone. Yeah, BYU needs police. Do they? Do they? Where is it in the Constitution? I don't see it anywhere in the Constitution. Where does it say police? It doesn't, does it? They shouldn't even win. They should be reprimanded and have their police automatically taken away for violating the Constitution. On that alone, for having a police department. It's like human resource military. It's just unbelievable. So anyway, but I guess a lot of schools have it. Even in high school, we'd go play basketball at North High. And there's guard towers. And we have to have a police escort to the locker rooms and back and forth to the court. We won that game. Our one game that we won, and they were ranked #1 that year. We beat them. That was humiliation for them.
Attorneys for the university insist BYU fully responded to DPS subpoenas issued by counsel. They go on.
Apparently not. You know, it's like Trump. We gave you stuff. We're not giving you any more. Or like with the Mark Shurtleff trial. FBI refused to give the information, even under court order. So nope, we're the FBI. We're not going to listen to the courts. And so the prosecution had to cancel the case. And then Mark Shurtleff's now a millionaire.
On to assert DPS cannot force BYU to violate secrecy orders.
Secrecy orders. Do you catch that? Secrecy orders. We have secrets that we're keeping, and you're asking us to violate those secrets, those secret combinations. Mormon understands secret combinations, don't you? That's what BYU's claiming. We have secret combinations that we don't want revealed. And the Department of Public Safety is trying to get those exposed.
Issued by the court during the investigation into possible misconduct.
Issued by the court. So BYU is not just going against the Department of Public Safety. The Department of Public Safety got it approved by the court to do all this. They're not acting independent. They're acting with permission of the courts. Because the courts said, yes, there's enough here to proceed. See what a bad example of leaders set for those below?
By a BYU police lieutenant. They also invoke attorney-client privilege, insisting
attorney-client privilege. The police officer was holding those, having stolen them from the other departments. He's not an attorney. Oh, but we gave them to an attorney. We stole them. Then we gave them to an attorney. And so it's privilege now. It's secret. Oh my God. BYU is so toast if we could just have a court that would not be Mormon.
DPS cannot force BYU to waive its privilege. And the university is now accusing the Department of Public Safety of overstepping its authority.
Of course they are, because they've done wrong, so they've got to say, no, we didn't. Yes, you did. No, we didn't. Yes, you did. No, we didn't. Yes, you did. It's just an opinion. I'll pray about it, and when I pray about it, the Holy Ghost will tell me I'm right.
stating BYU will reserve the right to pursue legal action against DPS for violations of BYU's rights and other unlawful actions by DPS.
We have the right to keep secret our illegal activities and the fact that we're kicking students out who are victims of rape. We're gonna sue. It's already established that DPS had followed proper procedure. They'd done an investigation for 3 years. They did the right thing. They went to the courts for permission. And now BYU is saying, that's illegal. I'm surprised they didn't throw in God. We're God's church. You can't touch us. And that's probably what they are insinuating when they say that they are violating BYU's rights. They're a private university, a religious university of the dominant religion of the state. That's what they're insinuating. You just wait and see if this goes to trial.
Finally, an accusation of what attorneys term improper animus in layman's terms. BYU.
That's probably the hostility part. They're doubling up, calling it a different name. Probably because they're not Mormon. They're not Mormon. They're being abusive to us.
He was accusing the DPS commissioner of acting out of hostility toward the university.
See?
Tonight, DPS tells me the department will let us know what its next steps will be as soon as possible.
So there you have it. And, yeah, unbelievable. See, Mormons, you have to be sound in your argument. You can't be a dumbass like BYU is. Unbelievable. Okay, so I'm going to upload this and then go to bed. Yeah, ABC4 Utah, all one word, as the channel. And I'll upload it right now.